Trash. It's everywhere. Piling up in landfills, filling the streets, floating in the ocean. Every day, millions of tons of garbage are thrown away without a second thought. Most people see it as worthless. But one man, he saw fortune. He looked at the world's waste and turned it into one of the most profitable businesses in history. Buckle up. Today we're diving into the insane story of how one man, against all odds, became a billionaire by taking a gamble on selling trash. Meet Li Ka-Shing, one of the richest men in Asia. But he wasn't always rich. In fact, he started from nothing. Born in 1928 in Guangdong, China, Li's early life was filled with hardship. At just 15 years old, he was forced to flee China as a refugee after the Japanese invasion. His family barely survived, scraping by in Hong Kong with whatever work they could find. And to make matters worse, before Li even reached adulthood, his father died of tuberculosis. With no formal education and a family to feed, Li was forced to drop out of school and take a job at a plastics factory, working 16 hours a day just to survive. The conditions were brutal. The pay? Barely enough to eat. But while others saw suffering, Li saw an opportunity. One day, while working at the factory, Li noticed something others ignored. He saw that plastic, a cheap throwaway material, was being used more and more in everyday life. But instead of throwing it away, what if you could turn discarded plastic into something valuable? It was a crazy idea. But crazy ideas are what make billionaires. So, with what little money he had saved, at just 22 years old, Li Ka-Shing took a massive risk. He started his own business, Chung Kong Plastics. His goal? To turn cheap, discarded plastic into high-quality household products. But there was a problem. No one believed in him. In the 1950s, plastics were still new, and investors laughed at the idea. Who would want to buy cheap, recycled plastic? Banks refused to give him loans. Factories didn't take him seriously. He was a nobody trying to enter an industry controlled by powerful, established players. But Li didn't quit. He spent months studying plastics, learning everything he could about the industry. He personally visited factory owners, pitched his products, and begged for a chance. And finally, someone took a gamble on him. His first big order came in, and then another, and another. And after years of struggling, something happened that changed everything. By the 1960s, Chung Kong Plastics had exploded in success. What started as small-scale plastic recycling had now grown into a massive industrial operation, supplying plastics to major manufacturers worldwide. But here's where things get really crazy. While other plastic manufacturers were comfortable making simple goods, Li was thinking bigger. He took every dollar he made from selling plastic and invested it into something even bigger: real estate. Li realized that Hong Kong's economy was exploding. Land prices were rising fast. If he could buy land before prices skyrocketed, he could build an empire. So he bought up cheap abandoned properties and transformed them into luxury developments. Fast forward to today, Li Ka-Shing is worth over $30 billion. His company, Chung Kong Holdings, has expanded into telecommunications, technology, energy, and infrastructure. He owns ports, skyscrapers, and businesses across the world. And to think, it all started with trash. So what can we learn from his story? 1. See value where others see waste. 2. Reinvest wisely. 3. Always think ahead of the competition. Because sometimes the biggest fortunes come from the things we throw away. Do you think you could build a fortune from trash?
Hey everyone, don't forget, your comments make a huge difference. Drop your thoughts below, let's chat and help the algorithm show this to more amazing people like you.